very subtle way. But you'd rarely see that anyway, but that's just what it is. So you had this line y equal, sorry, not equal to, you had y less than or equal to 2x plus 3, and you had y greater than x plus 5 over 2. Those were the two lines we had some fun with recently. Okay, I cannot find the paper now. I don't know where it's gone to. Now, the idea, in the first case, we said the intercept is at 3. And in the second case, the intercept was 2.5. And we plotted, well, this has a gradient of 1. So, and this, you know, it's going to be a little bit tedious right now, but I'm just going to, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Now, this was a solid line because it was less than or equal to, I mean, the equality was part of it, so it was a solid line. And this other one was a dotted line. Obviously, they are going to meet somewhere. Right, these were the two lines. And for the first line, that's for the thick line, we shaded everything down here. And for the other line, we shaded everything up there, up over the line. So what do you think at the end of the day will agree with both of them? The center. So that means that the center of the two lines, the middle of the two lines, is all that will be shaded. Because the red line here is telling us to shade everything down, and the dotted line is telling us to shade everything up. So simultaneous equation problem for this kind of case will mean that you only shade where the two of them agree. That's where they coincide. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is where we will have to stop because I have spent more than the time I booked for. But that is all really about linear inequalities with one variable and with two variables. The next thing we'll be talking about is quadratic equations, and I'm so eager to talk about completing the squares, because completing the squares is enough to solve half of the problems you have in quadratic equation. Completing the squares is exactly where the solution to your quadratic formula even came from, and it's also a good formula when you need to find the minimal point on the graph or the maximum point of a graph. So we shall discuss quadratic equations and quadratic inequalities next week, and hopefully we'll do some graph plotting next week as well. I'm so sure that we'll be able to finish algebra very soon. And now let me tell you that after algebra, we have probabilities to deal with. We've got geometry, we've got rates, and we've got statistics. But at the end of algebra, we'll solve some real past questions, some real exam past questions, and try to see what we understand now, what we can do. And then from there, we can move on to rates, geometry, and the others. So it's been a pleasure today having fun with you guys. So make sure if you enjoyed this, make sure you like, subscribe if you've not, comment on it, tell me what problems you'd like us to deal with next week, and also share with your friends. It's been Online Slayer, and it's a pleasure. See you same time next week, and as far as I'm concerned, have a blessed new year. Cheers.